The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Fielded at the 20. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Rosas true blue on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Rodgers going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
He's crowding. Don't let Kelly. Check green again.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Ximines in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Ready to roll for the... Second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Copeland in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard. After the sack here, 2nd and 11.
Check. We are going. Crunch.
On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Flushed out right. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And the kick by Rosas is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now here come the Ravens. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Fielded at about the 28. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Giants will begin this drive in good shape, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field. Back north. Check out route.
Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Here's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Eluding the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Zimenez. What a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now it's Rodgers. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Rodgers now to throw. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Rodgers finds his tight end Ingram. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw, it's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers throwing again, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, as the first half is winding down, and the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to them when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Well, still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13. So let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the visiting Bengals who were able to come away with the road victory. 13-6, the final score. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Ryan Tannehill's thrown a touchdown there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Yo.
Second half ready to get rolling.
Kicking ass and taking names.
Lead, and they are set to receive this kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much.
Don't hate.
Marked down at the 21-yard line. New York set
I saw 30 months of it. Damn, man. I know you had like 2 games in the first 2 or 3 games in the season that you probably should have won. And we lost like at the end and shit.
Working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
I think Brady both of them are like little shell now. I noticed it right away with Rodgers. Right in the beginning of the season. That's when I knew I was in trouble. I don't know. So,
able to dump it over the top to him.
that was your guy, yeah. For how you roll there.
Play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Watch out. Watch out. Hey, watch it.
Oh, yeah. That's him or Lamar Jackson.
A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a good move right there. Yeah.
Again, it's Barkley. They juked him.
That's all you need right now, man. Just beat the computer first. Once you get to that, they're good.
38 yards on the scamper there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, but a little bit of keep.
You gotta win out.
That's probably a good
I don't think you have to
philosophy at this point.
out.
Going to make that defense stand up and stop.
I don't think so. No.
Henderson now on 1st and 10.
Yeah, that's all it is, man.
Down right around the 12. He was
Lock
brought
in.
down by Brandon Copeland.
26. Hey, Charlie.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers.
Oh, wow.
Flush to his right. That's taken in by Henderson. The great move couldn't free him. Taken down at the 10.
Because I guess he's your blitzing, right?
And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Switch it. Over. Hey, 88.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd.
Yeah, I'll be killing it with the safety. With the against the CPU, I'll press my quarterback because I want my quarterback to get beat, and they throw it over the top every time, and I'm right there.
And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
With the safety playing zone, and I press my quarterback because I want them to get beat.
coverage
then
is just going
every
to go to
time
the
they're
natural
going
guys, the
pick.
guys that make the big plays on the outside. Would you work your tight end into it? That's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough, they couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away.
Yeah.
This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Yeah. Yep.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard
Yeah, because the CPU processor, oh, he's open, you throw it right away, but he's not.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense.
Oh, what happened? I read about the overtime. There was another game after that?
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed
how
they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. On third down, Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he's free going down.
That's the only bad part. When you get ripped off in this game, you get ripped off bad. Like
Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
The New York
yeah,
set to take the
TP always felt like that.
And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is...
it'll be a tackle that has nothing to do with the helmet, and they'll call it.
Turn into a play action and throw one deep.
Oh.
So 36 now.
Oh,
First
shit.
and 10.
Hot. Wow. I know.
This is Barkley.
I know what I was talking.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
Yeah, they called him.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work in the office, doesn't it?
A first down carry for Barkley. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
26.
On second and 12, Rodgers looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Goodwin able to haul it in. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Now it's Here's Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Jamal Adams on the safety blitz, too fast to handle.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And this offense, they're going to have an excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
Wow.
Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Yeah, live.
On 3rd down.
Oh, my God.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll run forward Barkley. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Saquon Barkley denied on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th. But they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake.
He's got daylight. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Let's go.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it,
Yeah, some information. I just need one option.
Because holding them down was paramount. If they can get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now.
Oh, yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
Here in the 4th.
That's right.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only
That's
a couple.
right.
Down to the 15-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Jackson to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. O'Shane Zimenez. He continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
You go tight. You got tight.
They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something to develop slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. If you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Staying on his feet. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run with Barkley. And an alley to run. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And they'll get him down right around the 16. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 16-yard line.
Rodgers throwing here. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
That's a gain of 7, and we'll leave them with 2nd and goal coming up. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? A first carry for the Clemson man, Wayne Gallman. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Rosas to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Jackson. Snead's got it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move.
I might still be going, actually.
Now it's Jackson.
I want to take the antibiotics first, though.
Seconds left.
Because of how it comes out.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
I don't know how to try. I don't know.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game.
They'll tell you that if you have the antibodies to fight it, if you do get it.
Explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week.
Meaning, you probably won't get it. If you do get it, it's going to be mild.
It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.
Yeah, that's true.
Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
That's a really good
so for
point.
the Giants, they continue to be one of the best teams.
Yeah, so if I go and I come back, I got to quarantine myself.
We
Yeah, I got to sing that. I bet I definitely had it too. It's amazing. Oh, the 5G, yeah, my boss swears by it. Wow, man. Can you imagine? I won 41-10. This is over. Am I the last one? No, I'm not. It's Carlos, yeah. He said he's gonna get out at 4.